If you want to have a weathered, realistic looking lightsaber in your collection, you can either get the paintbrush out and do it yourself, or you can head over to Nsabers that has just released a series of their most popular lightsabers in a weathered version. And I have two to take a look at today. So let's get to it. Now, when I think of Star Wars ships and weapons and just the overall Star Wars universe, I look for really awesome designs that are weathered and beat up and they just look used. To me, that's what separates them from the other sci-fi franchises. But when you go to buy a lightsaber from most companies, you're gonna get something that looks very clean, something like this. You know, it doesn't look like it's been used at all in the Star Wars universe. But now Nsabers has released a series of their most popular lightsabers, just like this Luke Skywalker right here, and it's weathered and worn and it looks like it's in universe. Now you can always take and do this yourself. You know, you can get the paintbrushes out, get the paints out. It's definitely a project, something that I like to do. I always like fun little projects like that, and it doesn't take long to get this kind of weathering effect done. But maybe you don't feel comfortable doing it. Maybe you don't have the time, you know, maybe you just don't want to take and put all kinds of paint on something you just got finished spending $400 to $500 on to try to make it look like this, when you can just as easily take and buy it already done and already ready to go. So let's take a look at the website and see how much this cost. So the two sabers that I have in hand today is the Luke Skywalker Return of the Jedi lightsaber. On Nsabers, you could pick this one up in a NeoPixel version. This is the SNV4 version of the lightsaber. It's $349.99. This will give you the option to change sound fonts, and it comes with preset visual effects that you can take and modify to your liking. The other option, like I have today, is the Profi version, which runs $479.99. That one gives you full customability of the sound fonts and the visual effects that are on it currently. So that's the way I like to go. The other option that I have here with me is the Darth Maul lightsaber. This one's also weathered. You can get the SNV4 Pixel just like you can with the Luke Skywalker. That one runs $439.99, or you can get the Profi version that I have in hand right now, which is $589.99. And as always, you can use my code MEDINALORIAN at checkout. That'll save you an extra 7% on your purchase. I'll leave a link in the description below for you guys to get to Nsabers and these two lightsabers if you decide to get one after you see this video. Now, before I break out the boxes and show you everything that comes with these lightsabers, if you're new to the channel, here on the Hyperdrive, we talk about Star Wars collecting and all kinds of collecting, not just lightsabers. We also do action figures and statues as well, helmets, props, all kinds of Star Wars content. So if you like Star Wars like we do, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on notifications so that you can jump to light speed every week with us right here on the Hyperdrive. All right, so let's break out the boxes. Not very often I have two lightsabers to unbox. All right, let's take a look at box number one. So this one is the Darth Maul box. So with the Darth Maul lightsaber, you're going to get the Nsabers plaque that looks like this. All right, you're going to get a display stand coming in a new box. I've never seen this done yet. That's basically the same thing. So you got one of these display stands. I'll put these together and I'll show you what it looks like at the end of the video. Get a set of instructions. You get a couple of charging cables, because this lightsaber you're not going to be able to get the batteries out of, and I'll show you that a little bit later. You get a couple of blade plugs, and you get two lightsaber blades. Okay, and you also get a set of gloves. Box number two is the Luke Skywalker lightsaber box. This one again, you get another one of those display plaques. They both come with tools, but I guess that goes without saying. You get a set of instructions. You get another display stand similar to what you had before. This one here comes with a charging connection, so because the battery actually can come out, so you can install it this way. So that's pretty cool. You get a blade plug. What I like about this one though is you get a different type of emitter for the front, so you could change this out so that it looks more like the lightsaber from the film, which is cool. And then you also get a back to cover up the speaker sound if that's what you want to do, the speaker opening. All right, you get a set of gloves, and then you get the lightsaber blade. All right. So both lightsabers have a weathered overall finish to them, which I think looks really awesome. There's your front part of your emitter. You can see where you can install your NeoPixel blade there. All right. To get to the chassis on the Luke Skywalker. You just pop out the back like that, and then that gives you access to the battery. And then there is your NeoPixel. Okay. Now in the case of the Skywalker, this one here has some light up features to it as well. So you can see that the buttons on the side here light up, which is really cool. So that's a real nice effect. All right. The Darth Maul lightsaber also has some light up features, and I'll show you that as well. Here's a close-up look at how this one came out. So you can see very weathered. There's your front part where your blade would go into, and it's got a nice deep shaft right there so that it will hold the blade. All right. You can see all the buttons have weathered to them as well, so that looks real nice. Like how that came out. This is where your opening is for your speaker, and the blades do separate, so you can take and use them separately if you want to. Okay, and there's your opposite side. Now on this one, the lightsabers, the chassis doesn't come out, so you have to charge these with the chassis still inside. There's your battery. There's access to your Profi. All right, and then there's how you charge it right there. Okay. Now this one has light up features also, just like the Skywalker. Not a fan of the way they did it on this one, so I'll show you here real quick. So on this one you have the light up features here and then here. You know, it's cool that it has it, but I wish they were red. That's the only thing that I would have changed to it. All right, let me put a couple blades in these and we'll go over the effects and how they sound. All right, so let's kick it off with the Skywalker. To install it, there's one set screw right here that holds it in place. All right, and then you have your ignition right there, and then your auxiliary button right there. Turns it on, and then you have those light up effects here with the buttons, which are really nice, okay? All right, so you have smooth swing. It is pretty loud, so you can feel the vibration through the lightsaber hilt. All right, you have blades hit. Okay, you have blaster bolts, kind of a weird sound effect that they have there. And then you also have blade clash by holding onto the button and then doing that. All right, so that's the Skywalker. With the auxiliary button, you can change sound fonts. And then it'll give you different sound effects and blade colors. That's actually a cool sound. And visually, the lightsaber blade looks really nice. All right, so that's the Skywalker. Now the Maul is a lot more difficult for me to handle in this room. It has 3 set screws that are hidden very well inside of these grooves right here, so I like that a lot. All right. And then you can actually turn on both of them at the same time with the twist. So let me just ignite them real quick. I'll show you. So you can see right here, I got both blades on, you know, which is good. It's got kind of a low hum to it because your sound is coming from this section right here. But with the twist, you could turn them off. And you could turn them back on too, which is cool. I like that. That's pretty neat. All right, let me separate these. So, like I said, you can use these separately if you want. You just unscrew from here. And they can separate like that, which is a lot more easier to handle. It does come with a thinner blade than the Skywalker did, and it's shorter as well. So these are a little brighter than this one is, all right? So you have twist on, you have a pretty nice loud speaker right there. Nice smooth swing. Blade clash. All right. Again, very weird sound effect for your blaster bolts. Gonna have to modify this a lot. All right. So that's pretty cool. And then if you press and hold, you get the clash, which is nice. All right. And then with the auxiliary, just like with the Skywalker, if you press it, you can change your sound effect and your blade color. So if you want, you can actually have 2 different colors for the blades. And then you have 2 blades, which is pretty neat. So I think both of these are really great options for those of you who want a weathered lightsaber in your collection and either do not have the time or do not want to deal with the hassle or feel uncomfortable with weathering one yourself. This is a really great option. They look really good and they come with a lot of nice features. So again, if you want to pick up one, go over to the Nsabers and check them out and use the code MEDINALORIAN at checkout to save some money. And until next time, may the Force be with you.